Okay, so now your page is in preview mode. You can scroll down to the timeline and you will see, as well as your normal statuses and interactions, you also have a friends column now, so you can see all the friends that are interacting with your page, as well as an area for other interactions, so people that are interacting with your page who aren't necessarily on one of your friends' connections. Now the next thing you can do, which can be quite fun, is the highlight feature. So as you see here, the statuses typically spread themselves between the different areas. But if you want to place a focus on a particular post, perhaps this video here that I've shared, all you have to do is click on the star button and it'll actually highlight it so it takes up the full width of the page. Now, especially for things such as video that you want to place a focus on, this can be really helpful, because rather than that little box that breaks out, you actually get to take advantage of the full width of the screen to play your video and just highlight the content. So I'll just stop that. But it just gives you a more dynamic way to control how your content is being shared. And unfortunately, whilst you're still in preview mode, that is the most that you can do. So you can obviously still click to change the date of something or hide from page if you don't want a particular post staying up but you don't want to delete it. But the main bulk of actually adding new content, you will need to publish the page. So I'm going to go ahead and publish the page now, and this will make my new design available. So I'm happy with that. As long as you're okay with what you've got, you can still perfect it afterwards, you can edit it afterwards, but this is the first time it'll actually go live to the public. So I'm just going to click on that now, and now that shows me that my page design is now live. I can get rid of this message, and anybody that does come to my page, comes across my page, they will now actually get the full impact of the new timeline. So they'll no longer see the old wall style layout. And this is when you can start adding some of the newer features. So now all I need to do is head up to the arrow in the corner, choose the page that I want to log in as, and it will switch over, so I'm now running as the modern entrepreneur rather than my personal account, and obviously that will be whichever page you choose to log in as. And then from here you can actually start to fully structure the content. So the first thing you want to do is head over to this sidebar here of dates and click on your founded date, and this will take you back to the very first post of your page. And this will be if you've added your founding date inside your options page or when you actually started the page. So you can just click on here to edit out that detail, perhaps add the month that you started, if you had a specific location for your business, and even if you wanted to add a little story about how it started, or choose a picture from amongst your photos to just really represent your company. So perhaps your first premises if you're a bricks and mortar business, or a picture of your first website, and then that will be shown at the founded bit of your page. So you can do that for anything by actually going up to the top, and in the composer you'll see you can now add milestones. So as well as dates such as the founding, perhaps if you launched a new product or expanded into a new country, you can click on a milestone and add one for pretty much anything. So you can simply add in details of your milestone, such as launched new viral buyer plugin, which is a product I recently released. So I can add that, I can add when it was released, so for me that's February 2012. You can choose photos, and as well as choosing photos from your own collection that's already uploaded, you can also upload a photo, which is what I'm going to do in this instance, and I'm going to choose a shot of the product itself. So that is obviously uploading in the background, but it's just a nice way to mark major events that have happened within your business and give your customers a bit of your backstory, give them a chance to engage with the journey that your business has been through. And if you're going back and editing lots of these at once, you can click here to hide it from the news feed so people don't get tons and tons of updates at once. But if you don't mind, if it's just the odd little thing, then you can leave that unchecked. So I'll go into the newsfeed as well, so people can see that you have made some changes to your page. So there we have it, launched new viral buyer plugin in February. Now this is an image that I already had, so I've uploaded it as it is, but as you can see, these spots do take the entire width of the page. So if you can take the time to make a wider image, perhaps the same dimensions as your cover shot, so that would fill up the whole space and it would just look a lot nicer. So that's something that I would probably do in a later date, or you can click to make it a less important post and it will simply scroll in with the rest of your content. So that's how you add milestones. You can still do normal statuses, photos and polls, but there's just one last feature I'd like to show you, and that is the ability to add posts in the past. So as you can see here, these are the standard run of statuses as well as the milestones. But if I went back to, say, if we go to 2009, actually maybe not 2009, that's not letting me click, but if we go back to this last post, say it was in 16th of January, so I can now click here and I can add a status that is in the past. So you simply click on it and say this is a status from the past, just because it's an example, but you could put pretty much anything here. So if there's things going on in your business that maybe aren't milestones, but you still would like to give an inclination of what's been going on, you can add these past statuses, add these past photos just to tell your story. Set a date, so we could set that as far back as 2009 when the company was founded. You can choose a specific day, a specific month, and then you simply hit post and it will add the post as if it was written in the past. So that's if you're relatively new to Facebook, but you have actually been active for a while. That's just a nice way to populate your page with a bit more information about what you've been up to, what your company is, and yeah, just really get across what you've been doing. So there you have it. That's the main elements of managing content with the new timeline feature for businesses. You have the highlights, you have the milestones, and you can also post date your statuses. So the final thing that I'm going to touch on, really the last thing now, is just to reinforce that you can click on any of these things and pin to the top. So if we scroll down to, say, the video here, this is content that is relevant right now and I want everybody that comes to my page to see it. I can click on any status and pin it to the top, and that now means that for the rest of the week, whenever anybody comes to my page, that will be the first post, even though there have been other things posted since. So you can do that with any of your content and it will stay with this little tag here pinned to the top of your page for up to 7 days, and then after that 7 days has run out, it will cycle down again and you can add some new content, or you can pin one of your other older pieces. So it's just good for getting a bit of extra focus perhaps to old posts, or if you've, say, launched the new plugin and you want that stuck to the top, you can keep your latest product releases, keep special offers at the top, and it just gives you a way to dynamically control, again, what people are seeing when they first come to your page. Make a great first impression. So that really is all that I'm going to mention in relation to content management, but you can see with a little bit of creativity you can really play around with how you put yourself across, and how your company really can just stand out through what you already have and what you've already been doing during the past. So I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial, and I'll chat to you again soon.